great to be here. I'm going to do my presentation in English, but to start, I just wanted to congratulate Javier and the team. Excellent conference. It's beautiful. I've been blessed to go all over the world and to participate in conferences, so Javier, great work. Bien hecho. My name is Jeremi Brewer, and I want to talk a little bit today about how we at Elevate are leveraging technology to de-risk the informal economy and the two key stakeholders in that equation being lenders and borrowers, specifically pymes, mi pymes, no? This is Julio. Julio is a small business owner, a pyme. And Julio is what we've defined as a necessity entrepreneur. So he's a emprendedor, pero por necesidad, okay? That means his primary motivation for starting his company was necesidad. He had to start something to survive, and he's not what we've defined as an opportunity entrepreneur, right? Low level of sophistication, not necessarily a college graduate, but he has a small business, he has a pyme, and he wants it to grow. And like every other business, he needs capital. So they have fintechs and banks and cooperativas y financieras y un montón de fuentes, right? He has a lot of places to go. He goes traditionally to loan officers. That's where he gets his first contact. Fintechs are changing that a little bit. But in the space of lending to small business owners, to pymes, this is an important relationship. This is a relationship that the bank has with the borrower, or the lender has with the borrower, and it's very special. Some banks have thousands, or lenders have thousands of loan officers, others have no loan officers. And so in our research, we found them to be a critical piece of the equation. We estimate that there are 2 billion necessity entrepreneurs currently operating in the world. And that's 2 billion Julios. These are the people who make up the informal economy. When 50% of your economy is informal, the question is, what do we know about them? What do you actually know about Julio, how he operates his business, what he thinks, what habits he has? How does he approach the market? How does he feel about lenders? How does he manage his company? What's happening here? And what is he actually doing? So for the past 15 years, we have dedicated our research agenda to understanding necessity entrepreneurs. We want to know everything about them, psychologically, behaviorally. Because if we can understand them, then we can find solutions to improve their lives. We care about mi pymes. We care deeply about these people. They are the backbone of the emerging market. They are the backbone of the economy. And yet, where is the information about them? What do we actually know? When the government says 50% of the economy is informal, that means we don't know what's happening with 50% of the economy because the information is very light. So we've gone all over the world and we've spent 15 years researching them. And here are some of our most important findings. Finding number 1, it doesn't matter if he's from Cebu, Filipinas, or Asunción, Paraguay, or Ghana, Africa, or Lima, Peru. Necessity entrepreneurs behave very similarly. They're not different. Yes, they speak different languages. Yes, they live in different countries. Pero la manera que operan su pyme es súper parecida. La manera que piensan es igual. You go to the tienda in Mexico, and they have their little librito donde registran. You go to the Philippines, and they have their little cuadrito donde registran. And there's no technology. There's nothing helping operate that business. They also think that money is the primary solution to their problems. Give me more money, I have less problems. They don't use any type of financial records. And this one, right here, they don't really like lenders. They distrust them. So for 15 years, or for about 12 years, we researched these people, these pymes. We spent almost 1 million hours with them. And when we found this out, we thought, okay, we need to go learn more about lenders. So I did my PhD, and then I did what's called a postdoc. So I went to Stanford, I did my postdoc, and our entire postdoctoral study was, what do lenders know about pymes? And what we found was impressive. Lenders want more information. They want to know what's happening inside of that business. They want to know what's happening in the business before they give the loan, when they give the loan, and after they get the loan. But the mechanisms of lending institutions don't allow that to happen very easily. So when you look at these two key stakeholders, you've got Julio over here, and he doesn't trust the lender. He thinks es un mal necesario. I just need my money. Dame la plata. And I quiero ahora. They don't have a lot of time, and they just want their money now. They have emergencias, everything apuro. So he's not a sophisticated businessman. He didn't go to business school, but he's operating this pyme. And on this side, you have lenders. And it's not that the lenders son malos. It's that the lenders can't trust pymes. And they can't trust them because the pyme has no information, no data. So we thought, okay, what if we can support lenders, and what if we can support borrowers, pymes, and what if we help bridge that gap of desconfianza? So we went to Stanford, we went to Harvard, we sent 300 researchers all over the world to talk with all of these bankers, financieras, cooperativas, and we came to the conclusion that we can add value to the borrower and to the lender. So how do we add value? Well, we integrate technology into the business, del pyme, and we also integrate via API and our whole dashboard to the lender. So both the borrower, the pyme, and the lender now have technology. They can talk to each other. With the technology, we provide training to the borrower, to the pyme. And then the result of that is more trust. De repente, el lender ya puede confiar más porque tiene datos. So, what does it look like? Well, I'm Julio, I have my business, I get technology, on my phone, I have access to record all of my records, I have access to all of my reports, and I have an online education platform. Now, ojo, we believe in online education, but that's half of the equation. Online platforms are not proven to change human behavior as effectively as a human touch. So we had to create both. So this is actually what it looks like. So Julio can look at his mis finanzas and he can say, okay, ya me han enseñado, separo mis finanzas de la casa y separo mis finanzas de negocio. Punto. Ah, qué revelación, right? But now he can actually do it fast. And it's very simple. This is what the lenders get to see. This is what the pyme gets to see. And he has libro mayor, ganancias y pérdidas, flujo de caja. He has access to be able to look at his data, look at his business in a way that he's never seen it. Remember, he's a necessity entrepreneur. So then we have basic management. So we have pymes in Lima. They go, viajan. They go buy stuff. And while they're away, they can open their phone and they can see what's happening inside of the business. Sales, new customer acquisition. They can see what's happening inside of their business for the first time ever. So we're making the borrowers more sophisticated. We're leveraging that technology for them. And then they have reports that are generated. First, we have to teach them what these are, right? So you go with a borrower and you say, hey, ¿tú sabes que es una hoja de ingresos? Y te mira como le dijiste una grosería. Because they don't know. So then you teach them, okay, this is an hoja de ingresos, this is, así es como funciona, and then you get the report every 15 días, every 30 días. This is what the lenders get to see, okay? Oh, and then they get to have progress. They have a lot of progress. They can see longitudinally their capacities as conciencia financiera, so we're helping them understand finance, and then they get to see their practice, how they're actually applying that. So I lived in Mexico for 7 years with una ONG, and we trained thousands of necessity entrepreneurs all year. And none of them have technology in their businesses, none. So when we went to Stanford, we knew that we had to get technology integrated into these businesses, and this is how we do it. So if you're a lender, if you're the bank or the cooperativa or the caja or the fintech, and you say, great, now I'm going to get information. Ahora tengo acceso. How do I know if that information is real? Because when we go talk with banks or cooperativas or financieras, they don't have information that we have. They don't know. Ellos dan el crédito, and then pasa 8 meses, and they don't know what's happening inside of the business. No tienen visibilidad de las operaciones del negocio. Ahora sí, right? And aquí, this is how we add value to the borrower. This is where the lenders have stronger relationships with their borrowers, retención with their borrowers, capacidad de pago aumenta. So it's a holistic approach. And the bank, via Partner Connect, has access to all of this data, all of it, incluyendo la eficiencia de los loan officers. So we partner with banks, with lenders, with cooperativas, con financieras that give lots of loans, and we help them get data, information. So this is the most exciting part for me. We actually improve people's lives. Like, Julio's life is better because he has technology and education. Remember, this is the informal economy. Big problem. Massive problem. There are several root causes for this informal economy, not just one. But the one that we are most excited about and riveted on and enfocado is education and information. With education and information and technology, the world changes, right? So what happens to borrowers who get training? Well, this is from one of our studies, 16,000 MIPES, incluidos, 8,000 de Filipinas y 8,000 de Mexico. And this is what happens. Los que tienen capacitación outperform los que no tienen, right? Their net profits increase, their income increases, they have more employees, they feel better, and everything improves. And what about lenders? What do the lenders get? What does the bank get? What does the financiera get? What happens to you? Well, First and foremost, you get data. Clean, reliable, real-time, verifiable data. La capacidad de pago aumenta 30% más de los que no reciben nuestra capacitación y tecnología. So that's good. Sustainable growth, which means they stay in the market, their businesses succeed more. We reduce default significantly, between 40 and 90%. In Peru, we work with several institutions, and we've reduced default between 52% and 75%. And we always reduce default. We also help the lenders colocar más productos, cross-selling, and then an 89% customer satisfaction. So we have Julio. He has a small business. He doesn't know what's going on. He receives a loan. With that loan, he receives technology, training, and follow-up from Elevate in conjunto con the lender. And then the lender now communicates very effectively with Julio because he has solid information. Thank you.